When I think of a mindful teacher, I think of my 6th grade science and history teacher, Mr. Mireau. Mr. Mireau was exciting, caring, and inspired curiosity in his students. He was the first teacher I ever had to really make lessons come alive simply through his teaching practices. His history lessons, for example, still live vividly in my mind. One example is the Aztec, Inca, and Mayan lessons. We were learning about human sacrifice. He was a priest, and he stood up on our desks, jumping from desk to desk to desk, calling for us 6th graders to come volunteer ourselves as human sacrifice, much the way that it happened in the early Mesoamerican civilizations. Now, all this was rated PG. It was not very bloody, but it was exciting and it was fun, and it made things come alive. In fact, he would regularly bring in props to aid in his lesson, which really helped students like me, seeing as I learned best through visuals and tactile experiences. As a middle school teacher, and a middle school history teacher myself, I still think of Mr. Mireau often when trying to spice up my own lessons. He rarely told us about historical events. Instead, he did his best to show us what those events looked, sounded, and felt like. Though science has always been more difficult for me, I also enjoyed his science lessons. He was the type of teacher to always walk the walk when he asked us to create a project or experiment. He brought in teacher models that he would create at home just to give us ideas or examples when it was our turn to create. He managed to make building hot air balloons out of trash bags and candles, or paper airplanes out of construction paper, the most engaging and memorable science experiments I have ever been a part of in my student career. I think Mr. Mireau found a way to balance integrity and achievement. Through his lessons, sincerity, and natural interest in teaching young people, he crafted lessons and was a perennial favorite teacher on that campus. However, his goal was not simply to be a likable teacher or anyone's favorite teacher. He did just that, though. Because he cared about his lessons, his students, and he had high-quality exemplars to reference, we pushed ourselves to bring our best to his class. We didn't want to disappoint him and achieve our highest potential. He did not push us so much as he awakened the learner inside all of us. And that, I believe, is what every teacher is aspiring towards.